Gilda Radner. And, okay, now.
I can't believe this is her handwriting.
This is a real honor. Like, seriously, this is huge.
Are these actually her papers? Like what she...
This is, Gilda Radner, her voice and her writing.
She was the very first performer chosen for the cast of Saturday Night Live.
From the time I was a kid, I loved to pretend.
I can't imagine how I got famous. I just took the next job and millions of people were watching me do it.
There was so much in the world that had yet to be carved out for women.
The guys weren't saying, hey, let's think of a way to put Gilda in the sketch. But she was always funny.
I suppose being in the thick of it, I don't even realize what strides we were making.
Boom, ba, ba, boom, ba.
The ratings turned them from, what, 2 million into 5 million? 30 million?
But I mean, they just loved her.
The pressure was enormous.
I don't even think we knew the words eating disorder.
Gene created a family atmosphere. He made her feel that she deserved life.
I always felt
I can do anything if people are laughing.
One morning, she just said, something's wrong with me.
the comedian who does all this stupid stuff gets the most unfunny thing in the world.
How often do we get to know what we're actually made of?
She felt that she could be of help, and that's exactly what she did.
I've never wanted to be anything else.
Everything she did, you could tell she was having a lot of fun.
Gilda Radner had a great time.
People want to know, well, what made you funny? And I know what made me funny.
My biggest motivation has always been love.
Well, if you're a fan of SNL, then I'm sure you remember Rosanna Dana. Love, Gilda is a touching documentary that brings the writings and audio tapes straight from Gilda Radner to life. Director Lisa D'Appolito joins us in studio to talk about this exciting new release. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Hi, Heather. Thank you so much for having me here. It's really, really nice of you.
I got emotional, when I saw the trailer, and I obviously read her autobiography. It's just such an incredible story. But believe it or not, there's a lot of people that don't know who Gilda Radner is. I mean, how would you describe Gilda Radner for the younger generation?
Well, if you Google best female comedians of all time or best cast members of Saturday Night Live, you'll get Gilda. She's definitely on the 1 to 10 list. So Saturday Night Live was really based on this whole amazing people who started in Canada on Godspell and then went to Second City and then National Lampoon. So there was this comedy community, and the rest is kind of history.
So many of her characters, I know she based them on real life people and then truly, brought them to life. And I just feel like it's just such a talent that, is living on every day. Like, you could watch her sketches now and still be laughing and rolling.
She was highly intelligent and highly acute of observing people. She just loved doing what she was doing, and I think there's something about it that people just loved her as much as she loved doing what she was doing.
And I know you interviewed a lot of, modern day comedians and famous ones, and, what has been their reaction?
Well, I waited until the film was in a rough cut phase and I knew exactly what Gilda's story was. So I had this long list of people inspired by Gilda. And I think Melissa and Maya and Amy and Bill Hader, who's a guy who I didn't expect to have such a connection to her, they just adore her.
And how did you get involved in this? I mean, were you a fan, or what brought you to do the documentary?
I was working in an advertising agency in production, and I started doing fundraising videos for Gilda's Club. When Gilda was diagnosed, I think in 1987, people weren't so open about talking about cancer. So she was really on a mission to sort of make it a common thing, that people would be open and talk about it and not be afraid of it. So when she appeared on It's Gary Shandling's show, she made cancer jokes, and everyone says that that's like the first time somebody who was a celebrity was so out there. And when she died, her husband, Gene Wilder, opened up Gilda's Club, in New York City, which is a cancer support community. And there's 18 of them throughout the country, and they continue to help and support people with cancer and their families. So Gilda's legacy kind of lives on.
How can they see the film if they want to go see it?
Well, it'll be out in theaters in September, and then it will be a national release on CNN sometime in 2019.
Well, that's wonderful, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks again for being on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me. This was great.